Sorry about the interruption. There's a good existential question for you, though, and for me personally, it was easily answered and rather quickly. Have we been creating our reality, or have we been entrained through these systems of separation which control our ability to manifest our desire, which minimize our entirety by minimizing us as creators? If we choose to release those parts that we know aren't real, that we've found in a multitude of ways that are fake, that are the big lie, these systems of separation that control us and make us hoard things and fake money, for example. Or we choose this process of awakening and we find ourselves constantly rejuvenated and collectively in this process of renewal, rebirth, reassuring our brothers and sisters that, yep, we can, through all of that pain and fire, even through that dense fog of the ego and its illusions of protection, lies, systems of separation and division, we are taught that it's so important to analyze. Yeah. Go within and analyze, Go within and find yourself, and then tell me your need to analyze another. Each personal experience adds to this collective evolution of truth, adds to this expansion of being that you are. By releasing those minimizing, limiting behaviors and beliefs. Yeah, let's take a look at a couple of symbols actually while we landed on that word, believe. If you separate that word, the first two parts are be the lie. Be lie. So for a long time now, I had thought that word was disingenuous, or there was something off-putting about it because I felt like it was a little lie that I told myself. Whenever I was using the word believe, it was as if I was saying that I have to use this word because I don't know it to be true. I haven't found this to be truth, so I will have to use the word believe, which, like I said, to me is like lying to yourself. These systems of separation run deep, and they are in the symbols of language, and they are in the way that we interact. And we have moments where we can connect through Mother Nature, through our primal link. There are moments where we find we have always been connected and that we were never separated. There are moments of pure renewal, inner and outer release and expansion. release of the lie and expansion into our real, our truth, our connection, our bridge. Our desires, brothers and sisters, and that's the real here. That's the beauty. Anyone wanting to ask what the rub is, there's only blessings. There's only beauty. There's only that reflection of you. That truth of healing. That truth of regenerative being. That truth of regeneration. It doesn't matter if we're talking about the energetic level of your atoms, of which you have 100 trillion in every cell. Think about that. We have no way of really understanding that number. Unless we connect. And in that connection we can find that comprehension. But that's the only place I've ever been able to understand or to comprehend that quantity. 100 trillion. A 100 trillion direct connections to all that you are in every cell of your physical form. And if you count their cells, scientists disagree on that a little. Some say around 50 trillion, others say around 100 trillion. The divinity and connection the energetic healing, the cellular nourishment of this sacred plant is so very, very powerful. That it helps your body attain and achieve and retain the level of energy needed to heal, the level of energy that your cells, the level of nourishment that your cells need in order to do things like remove intractable pain, intractable seizures, to empower your cells to do their natural healing capabilities and capacity, to eliminate cancer 5 different ways, to maximize the regeneration of your cells and minimize the degradation of your physical form. Through our consciousness, our intuition, our energy, we can actually achieve that instantly. This plant is nourishment unmatched in any other place, any other food. The most beneficial plant, the most beneficial nourishment, cellular nutrition on earth. And I'm showing you something that I'm smoking, which is the least beneficial way to use it. However, I am a hashishin, and I honor Mother Nature for her embrace and her nourishment and her sacred wisdom and her bridge and her ability to work with us as a family, with us as a collective evolution across our country, across our world. That's the reality that our family, my wife Tracy and I's children, all four of them have brought to us in a constant stream. And so many light workers that visit us on a regular basis that it's hard to count. It's both in the physical and in the non-physical. But that regenerative cannabis conference that I was talking about, that international celebration of the regeneration of life, was so very powerful, and in honor of Mother Nature, in honor of Source, in honor of the universe, in honor of us as brothers and sisters, in honor of Mother Nature, in honor of the soil, of every aspect of being. That energy was present here in that conference. And that is just one meeting of a gathering of incredible light workers. We're having another tomorrow. There are so many. We are blessed with so many light workers. They're always here. They're always thriving. I have ash all over my hands. As a family, we are well aware of the hard work and dedication, of the severe discrimination, of the hardships and the many, many challenges that come along with farming the most beneficial plant known to human health, with offering this relief to our community. We are well aware of the hardships of trying to communicate the value of this plant to a system of separation that has become our government. So in this process of renewal and rejuvenation, in this process of observing nature and all that she is and has to offer our families, we have become intrinsically aware and directly connected to the healing wave that has gone throughout our world. It's amazing what happens when you just smoke this plant. But then when you start to really use it as a medicine, using different forms of edibles and oils and concentrates and extractions and liquids and so many different healing blessings occur. This is something that's very, very special. It's called the Holy Anointing Oil. Special through experience, just like everything I share. Many years of spiritual practice and practical application of all of our study as a family. Also directly connected to the superconscious that is then connected to all that we are. And then back through the source of all we are to us. So, and rejuvenated and emancipated, and this process of awakening becomes that rebirth. It becomes that new energy and this new being that is you. And with that rebirth, there is this major release of those things that no longer serve you, which is the ego. Excuse me. The shadow, the darkness. The ego is the demon. It is the liar. It is that made-up fear, the systems of fear and depression and anxiety and all that pain. We are trained experts in those systems of limitation. But you are also creators, completely capable of releasing any and all that you choose to. And thriving in your truth of being constantly reassured and renewed and rejuvenated in that energy that is always expanding. It's always bringing back the expansion of the manifested reality. And as we return to our power as creators, we realize that in this process of collective emergence from that chrysalis, that place of perceived protection, where we just became this transformed, this completely renewed, transformed being. Metamorphosis happened. On that bridge, somewhere in our ability to choose, we became that which we've always been. We became that thing inside of us that we've always known ourselves to be. We aligned with our truth. We've aligned with our relation to our brothers and sisters and to our, to our wholeness, to our spirit, to our connection. And with our interaction, it is our desire to expand in this wholeness. It's like an awareness and activation of our unified unveiled, untapped, limitless nature. As a family, we have created a healing sanctuary, a place where we hope people from, a place where we know, where we have been experiencing, people from all over the world will come for healing, for enriching their spiritual connection, and for finding their peace and harmony with their truth of being, knowing their brothers and sisters in ways that they have previously yet to discover. And we offer many different healers. Many different healers. We have teepees, and this community is becoming one of such magnificence. It started that way. It started with a blinding light. The first time that I spoke to a large group of people, I lost my vision as I witnessed the vibrance and the divinity and the light, the energy of light workers. It literally blinded me. The light just kept getting brighter and brighter, and then turned from gold to this luminescent light of multicolored rainbow of light coming from hundreds of people. And that light just became these individual white, bright white, golden white light. And then all of the lights fused, and that's when I lost my vision, or my vision went completely divine, I guess, in that purity of vibration, in that truth of being. And it was beautiful. Somehow I found my way down off the stage while being blind. And there are no railings or anything. It's kind of neat. There are lots of things that, small things like that are actually not small. You know, they're really, really intrinsically connected to my growth as a being, and to my resonance and my reassurance, this process that we are all needing. And that's what we get here through our embrace and our connections. We find that truth in ways that move us entirely. Through symbols, through movement, through breath, through connection, through observation. Interaction. 1011 Gardner Road, Dresden, Maine, 04342. 207-557-0855. That is the number to my personal cell phone and the address to our healing sanctuary. Nature Summit is a community growth project, and it's for sovereign beings who are looking to free themselves of the big lie that is constantly being used to cause anxiety. You know, it's become media has become a weaponized system, weaponizing consciousness against itself, weaponizing people against one another, weaponizing families and thought in every direction. Why is it so important? Have you ever asked yourself, why is it so important they keep us separate in every way? Why is it crucial to separate you from your brothers and sisters, to divide you from your sons and daughters all over the world? Why is it necessary to control your seeds of creation by limiting all aspects of your reality, by hindering you as a creator? It's not possible to limit creators. It's not possible to diminish my brothers and sisters any longer. And as we look back, we're realizing that even in that time of protection, there have been people all over the world who have been nurturing these sacred plants, loving the connection to Mother Nature, observing what works and what obviously doesn't. And together as a family, we have reunited in this collective awakening. And all along, we have been right here with her. She has been right here with us. And as we need her to be stronger, to support us more, she has been there. And so have you, brothers and sisters. We collectively have created this relief as a family. This harmony that we are experiencing when we smoke this hashish, when we eat this hashish, when we realize that we have been hashishans all along. When we look at the oldest graves and we find these seeds,